Okay.
The rusted, moss-covered gates of the courtyard hang open, but the demoniacal pests will spread no further than its blood-soaked boundaries. And
All right.
so, at last, the end of my beginning.
So, we survived the Countess. She wasn't as bad this time. I still feel like the Baron was a harder fight. Oh, Guardian hype? Maybe? Pick up the time. Yes, we can get the other Jester item, of course. We now have, the sets we have now are... I mean, I could pick up a bunch of curses doing this. I don't really want to be cursed for the Darkest Dungeon. What sets do we have? We have the Grave Robbers set. We have the Arbalest set. We have the Occultist set. We have the Crusader set. We have the Bounty Hunter set. And I think that's it. It's tough to say. I mean, the Crusader set's actually... You know, it's funny, because this item here is good for trash, right? 20% stress healed. I mean, it's not even good. It's all right for trash. 20% heal skills, 20% stress healed. You don't ever you don't actually use the heal. This Crusader as a real healer. You use him as a stress healer and stunner with like weak DPS sometimes. This is really good versus bosses, kind of. Minus 15% stress is quite good. 15% protection is okay, and minus 2 speed is less important versus dodges, but versus bosses. But this is totally useless versus bosses. So to get the set bonus of 20% max HP and 20% max HP, meh, whatever. It's gonna make him extremely tanky, but so what? Doesn't really accomplish our goals. It's just another one of these sets that doesn't make a lot of sense when you break it down. I don't know. I mean, the items, none of the items are particularly terrible. All right, do we go back to the courtyard? Probably. How many weeks are there left? Couple. I mean, as long as we're not, as long as we know who we're bringing to the Darkest Dungeon and this doesn't fuck with it, I don't mind the order. So the only requirement of this is we do finish all the bosses before we finish the last Darkest Dungeon, because we're trying to play with the time limit actually being a factor. Let me grab paper. So we need to figure out who we're bringing on Darkest Dungeon 2. And that means we need to take a look at what our requirements are. So we have 12 classes in this playthrough. And they are Flagellant, Occultist. I guess I could just go through the list. Hold on, let's go through the list. Crusader, Highwayman, Leper, Abomination, Bounty Hunter, Jester, Antiquarian, Grave Robber, Plague Doctor, Arbalest. That's all 12. Alright, we've already brought the Grave Robber. The Highwayman, the Crusader, and the Occultist. We're allowed to, we have to use one of each class. We have to use each of the classes once in the Darkest Dungeon, which is fine. But it means we're going to double up on, or probably triple or quadruple up on Occultist. Okay. Yeah, exactly, Blue. That's what I'm looking at, is who's doing what and which way we can work around it. Okay, so that means we need to use Flagellant, Plague Doctor, Leper, Abomination, Bounty Hunter, Jester, Antiquarian, Plague Doctor, and Arbalest. It's getting a bit awkward. Jeez, this is getting really awkward, actually. Or play Doctor down twice. So, because these teams start falling apart pretty hard. Feels like Antiquarian's a pretty much a give me for the Templar fights. Problem is we're running out of frontline characters. We might have to double up on a Leper or a Crusader, and that feels really bad. I mean, this is part of the challenge of this run through, right? So we have really shitty frontline. So Flagellant, Antiquarian. We did this last time without a non-Flagellant healer, but it was really painful. And where am I bringing this Jester? Like, the Jester is terrible in Darkest Dungeon 4. Seems pretty terrible in 3 as well. Which means he probably needs to go to 2. But we're now running Flagellant, Antiquarian, Jester. Which seems like a really shitty comp. I put an Abomination in there, we suddenly get a lot more tanky. Can't do shit to rank 4 though, so all the trash pulls are gonna suck. Leper here. I don't know that he's any worse than the Antiquarian, or the Abomination. Yeah, he is actually worse than the Abomination though, because he doesn't give us our stuns, and stuns seem less important in the next fight than they do this fight. I think actually I bring Abomination here. Flagellant, Antiquarian, Jester, Abomination. Dear God. Okay. That's DD2. So DD3 is going to look like Cultist. Arbalist, or not Arbalist. Cultist, Plague Doctor. Leper. And what next? What's the 4th class on 3? And that gives us all the classes, so we can actually run duplicates there. Grave Robber on 3. Not Grave Robber, I meant might be Arbalist. then DD4 is pretty standard. It's Bounty Hunter, Arbalist. We normally have a Hound in there. We don't have a good option for what can attack all the ranks, huh? So if I go through the list, Flagellant can't. Cultist can, kind of. Crusader can't. Highwayman can. Leper. Do we have the high? We don't have the Highwayman items this playthrough. It's too bad. Yeah, it really is fucking sad over there. I guess it's a Cultist and then Highwayman. Could run double Arbalist. It'll be awkward when we start losing characters though. Yeah, I was looking at that too. Blue. I don't know where I put the Leper though. If I don't bring the Leper to DD3, I don't know where I bring him. I certainly don't want him in DD4. I brought him in DD4 last time. He was okay there. Do it instead of the Highwayman. Put a Leper in there. If I did that, I could move. So it becomes Flagellant, Arbalist, Arbalist. Can we get enough damage to one-shot the stupid eye stalk? Oh, but if I bring Arbalist to DD, if I bring double Arbalist to DD3, I have no Arbalist to bring to DD4. I really like Arbalist in DD4 because Mark is good pretty much all the way through that fight. Alright, what's the eye stalk called? White blood cell, white stalk, white cell stalk. 38 dodge, and 30 HP. Well, we can get the accuracy high enough. I mean, kind of yes, kind of no, Blue, because it can go ahead of us, so we can't do the speed stuff as consistently. It's much faster. Get the Plague Doctor fast enough, and then get an Arbalist decked out. It would be nice to bring Arbalist there. I do have 2 Arbalists, I just can't bring both in that one mission. I think that's okay. Alright. So the real sketchy one is this one. Because this is going to be... Natural String Photomania versus Photomania Quick Draw Manslayer. Tempted to bring Zen's on here. Why is this buffed? Oh, building. Take the accuracy. So I'm tempted to run this for DD2 I'm looking at. Antiquarian Jester Abomination. Where's the Abomination? We bring in Kate or Chopperino? Chopperino is Eldritch Hater, which does help here. Quick Draw, which helps here. Unyielding, which is always good. Balanced is really good here. Because they do have knockbacks. What's Kate got? Hard Noggin, they do stun. Wave Light, it's good. So what do I value? The stun resist or the knockback more here? Deathblow resist, balance, and Eldritch Hater. That's 3 positive quirks here. So this is a Templar. Templar and Pillar. Eldritch Beast Large. There's 2 of these. Templar, and what's the other one? Templar and Pillar and Templar or something. Warlord, Gladiator, Sniper. I think it's a Sniper, right? Nope, Sniper only has 1. It's not that. Might be a Warlord. Sounds right. Yeah, there it is. Warlord. Some Pillar and Warlord. One of them has a knockback, if I'm not imagining this, but maybe I am. There's no knockbacks there. It's Blight. Blight, Stress. The other one does... No, he does have a push. It's push and a stun. Let's look at the rest of the comp. Who's doing the damage? Jester. Who's Hard Noggin? Slugger. It's okay. Hard Noggin's good here. The Abomination. Abomination, I mean it's Quarian. It's Beast Slayer. Okay. I kind of feel like I need the damage of the Abomination. Unless I'm going to be stunning. What's worse, being moved or being stunned? Almost always being stunned, right? But this is good on the trash mobs. Quick draw. As is Eldritch Hater. Man, I think it's Chopperino. Tempted because of Hard Noggin. Alright, so there's some bleeds on the trash mobs, there's blights on the big guys. I need this guy to be blight immune. I think I can't run. I need mustache cream here. We might. Problem is the trash mobs. Trash mobs can kill our Jester. We can't fucking do a lot about it because we don't have ways to get rid of dots and we don't have ways to... Too bad it's not bleed and blight. Do we have any plus bleed, plus blight items that aren't negative bleed items as well? I don't think we do. It would be fortifying garlic would be the only one I can think of. I don't think we have the item. I think I was thinking about buying it and forgot. This might actually be a time I'd want it. Oh, we gotta bring torches here too, don't we? For Revelation. So that's gotta be there anyways. Itemization's gonna blow on this. Because we either can have accuracy or something else. And that's it. I really want stun resist here. The flagellant. 120. What's their base chance? I think it's 150. Yeah, it is. Tempted to run that. But then I bleed myself as a healer. Alright, so if I run that instead, This means I can cast... So... Alright, do we care more about being able to consistently heal with the Flagellant using our... using Redeem? Or do we care to be not stunnable so that we can consistently keep the guard up on the Antiquarian and also trigger repeated AoE heals off the Flagellant? Or do we wish to be immune to a Blight so we don't die to some shitty dot tick from them? I can't do all three. Or rather I could, but I couldn't. I can't give... I would lose bleed percentage to do that. I think bleed percentage is going to be useful to me. So it's Flesh's Heart or Mustache Cream or Bleed Charm. What's the fucking bleed resist on these Impalers? 67.5 and 67.5. It's not really that much. We're only at 147 base though. We really would like to bring a plus bleed item here. Oh, there's stun resist too. So where's Wilbur's trinket? Itemization's awkward on this. Seriously, where's fucking Wilbur's trinket? There. And there. And heart. And that. And that. Huh. Yeah, we have the Antiquarian in a position where she can possibly do some healing. We do have the candle. And really what we want in the Antiquarian is we want her to go first. And we want the healing, I think. So I think we want that. I like the max HP there too. Gain 8 HP from that, it's decent. So then it's what do we do with the rest of them? The Jester needs... Wait, where did all my items go? Oh, fuck me. Took the torches off when I unequipped all items, I guess. I think we're gonna have to just be okay with being stunned on the Jester. I gotta bait the bleed on the Jester. So all of his damage is coming out of that. I think it's 140% base. It's not leveled. Yeah, so it's 160. So we still get resisted 7.5% of the time, but I feel like that's better than we're going to get with anything else here. No accuracy, of course. We can camp in this dungeon for the boss fights, but not all the trash points. Warlords are at 28.575 dodge. It would be nice to have accuracy buffs if possible. We're gonna... I mean, this dungeon with being forced to include Talismans of the Flame, I mean, we're just gonna have miss percentage that is there that we wouldn't have otherwise. I guess the question then is, what's better? So that does 15 points of bleed damage, and the damage range here is average of 10, and a third of 10 is 3 and a third. So we're doing 7 damage from the physical and 15 from the bleed. Is it better to miss the... man, actually, I don't know how to do that. It's conditional. Well, I'd have to sit down and think. I don't want to do math on stream about that. It's probably better to hit than it is to bleed, right? I mean, in the sense that if you have to do one, you have to hit first before you can bleed. It's probably better to have a lower bleed resist or a lower bleed chance. And it might just be better overall just to fucking survive the blights. And what's the Jester's base blight resist? Pretty bad, right? 100. This would actually throw it up to levels where it can't be blighted anymore. Although holy waters do something similar. 133 is blightable.
Our modest fellowship expands. Praise the sub.
Welcome, random guy somewhere. Thanks for the sub. I need him not to be stunned, I think. Okay. I need some damage here, perhaps. Also, I'm pretty sure I don't want the Jester in this position at the start of the. I want this like this for the trash mobs. I'm pretty sure I don't want it like this for the actual fight. This means if I ever cast the heal, I'm bleeding myself. Good to know. Can't use that. Both these characters are bleed based. Do I care more about accuracy? I mean, the other item that should be pointing down there is just one of these. Do I care more about what? I suspect it's this actually. Jesus, this itemization is fucking painful. No plus bleed percentage on the flagellant. No bleed percentage on the Jester. No bleed resist on the flagellant. Alright. But I mean, this fight requires a guard mechanic, and we don't have any other guard mechanics available to us, so it's got to be the Antiquarian. Otherwise, you just get one shot by Revelation. Or one stress shot or whatever the fuck it is. So the only one I'm not certain about is Wilbur's Flag versus the Flesh's Heart. Okay. I mean, is this even worth it if I can't stun them? What is the stun percentage on these guys? Their stun resist is 97.5 on the Impalers. And what was the Priests? Priest is 72.5. The 2/3 roll. Priests are really dodgy though. 23.75. It's pretty decent base accuracy. Alright. Let's do this then. This is painful. Especially since two of these characters we don't have replacements for, or rather our replacements are under level. This can be the extent of the game right here. I hope the itemization decision stuff was, you know, I'd say correct, but who are we judging it against? I hope this actually does what I'm hoping they do for me. I hate that this is only good versus the boss fights and not good versus the trash fights. Do I need to resist these blights? I feel like one of the ways I lose this is the Jester. The Jester picks up a dot and dies to the dot. Okay. Alright. Alright, means to sanitize anyone? Dude, look how good this would have been. We started to build Hendu for this. This would be accuracy. I'm worried about accuracy. Another accuracy, so now I don't have to worry about accuracy whatsoever. Plus 6% crit and 15% stun resist. Remember when I was building this Jester? Wish I'd fucking leveled this one too. Camping skills, good call. Ooh, I forgot about this buff. Does that change my itemization at all if I could buff this way? Probably not. So what am I looking to buff with? Okay, probably gonna want Psych Up, but maybe not. Eldritch Blood seems like it'd be good here. It'd be 3. Probably gonna end up stress curing. 5. I'm gonna want a accuracy buff for 8. We have 14 though. Could be 10. And then like 2. I think we have plenty of fucking shit we could buff with. This is all kind of weird stuff, but alright. I'm most sketched out by this again. Does that give stun resist as well? No, everything but stun. Interesting. Okay. If Darkest Dungeon quest is abandoned, not all heroes are guaranteed to survive. Someone must sacrifice themselves to hold off the fiends during retreat. Hero, Zanzon. Okay, so what that actually is triggering on the fact that we don't have 4 camping skills assigned on Zanzon. We only have 3 of the 4 assigned. But it's hilarious because it seems to imply that Zanzon's dying. Don't need shovels here, right? Don't need those. Do need these. Do need those. Do need those. I have some food. I need a fair amount of food. I think I can get food pinged here as well. Shit. We have no way to buff light up either here, except camping. It's a little bit scary as well. All right. I don't know what we run here. Stab, heal, guard, and what? Invigorating Vapors. Is this buff target plus 10? So it's like a self one only. Buff self. And this is an attack. With a pretty good chance to do this. This might... I don't know if I'd ever use these. But I suppose minus 18 accuracy is better than 10 dodge when it comes to a particular enemy. Shit, we'll use flash powder for the first time only. The party buff is party wide. I do always forget that. Does that matter? Maybe it's a buff. It's 3 rounds versus the double action targets. So probably I should use this versus the trash mobs and then switch over to invigorating vapors versus the boss fight. Okay. This feels sketchy.
The thing has no name, for it needs no language. Nevertheless, those who would submit to its wordless will are rewarded in a fashion. The creature's blessings are as repulsive as they are robust.
I need a map for this.
Twisted, half-human monstrosities stalk the flesh-ridden halls, protecting their gestating god.
Okay. Where's the map? Map for the mission is available. Hello, map for the mission. No, that's not the one.